All right, today we got a pretty big show. Today's April, well, actually, it's not a very big show. It just seems like it. Today's April the 14th, 2019, Palm Sunday. Spent most of the day uh, doing odd things around the house and watching the Masters. And it was good to see Tiger win. Congratulations, Tiger Woods, on your comeback victory. It was wonderful to watch you celebrate and come back after 5 years of real tough hardship, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So congratulations to you for that. What we have, Evelyn and I, we have PhotO'Dell Inspections, PhotO'Dell Studios, AerO'Dell, which is our drone, and we also have AudioDell, which is our sound stuff that we do. But today we're going to focus on the AerO'Dell part, which is our drone capabilities, and they're all umbrellas under PhotO'Dell Studios. So here's pretty much what we have. All right, today we're going to talk a little bit about my drone. I've got the DJI Inspire 1 with a 3-axis gimbal, micro SD card, and about a 22.5 minute battery for flight time under calm conditions. Now this is the original version. There's a newer version out, the Inspire 2, that we're looking at as well. Now this is the pilot controller. It has a pitch and yaw joystick, or up and down, left and right, power button, home return button, USB cable connects to the iPad, which is what we use for visual aid. And we're going to turn it on, let you see exactly how long it takes to power up. Now they do have a new Mavic and a Spark. They're roughly about the size of the iPad here, instead of that big. They're good. Bear with me a second, I gotta find my DJI app. There it is. But once it gets going, I can actually view what that camera sees in real time here on this camera. You can see it there. So let's go back. Alrighty. So now we're going to get airborne just a few minutes. I want to show you what it looks like. Okay, now that's the props. We check, make sure we're clear, and we go vertical. You see the landing gear retracts automatically. It comes up, get out of the way of the camera. Now, I don't have a GPS lock on yet. I'm going to bring it down, let you see the legs retract or expand again. Now you can see the legs coming down. And that's what the DJI Inspire does. It retracts the legs to get out of the way of the camera, and then when it gets to about 1.5 feet off the ground, the legs will go back down for a landing. Well, that's basically how that looks. And here's some footage that we've shot on some of our jobs that we've done in the past. Okay, now our drone business is a twofold thing. Now, We do it with our inspections, and we also do it kind of freelance. We'll do drone work. We've done work for the USS Alabama. We've done work for the Azalea Trailmaids. We've done work for the Call News newspaper. We're currently working on a project for Davis Construction at the South Alabama football stadium. So those are independent projects for AerO'Dell, our drone company, and we also use it when we go out doing inspections to use to get aerials of the properties, the roofs, any conditions or issues that may need to be addressed for the client. And then of course we use it for our own recreational purposes as well, when we want to just go out and shoot something nice. I've done it for the city of Sims as well, for aerial purposes independently. But anyhow, what we got is a DJI, in case you couldn't hear me out there, it's a DJI Inspire 1, the first model they brought out. And it has 4K capability. It has live view, so I can view everything that's going on while what the camera sees via the iPad. I have total control of the aircraft using the pitch and yaw, the up and down, left and right, and I can also control the movement of the camera. Now, ours actually has a second controller, and we can dedicate that directly for a camera operator, so we can have a pilot of the aircraft and a controller for a camera operator. So while the pilot's flying the aircraft, the camera operator can keep focused on what it wants to and maintain the shot. Now, a lot of the new software takes away the need for a second pilot or a camera operator, and so the software has become a really, really unique thing, and it's helped out a great deal in making sure that drones are now safer than they ever were before. And when they first came out, there was a lot of flyaway issues where the drones would just go up and all of a sudden take off, never to be seen or found again, unless somebody that didn't own it found it. But they're a lot safer as far as flight goes. They're a lot stabler. They have better sensors in them for the capture of video and still photography. And they have better cameras that you can mount on them. The only thing that really hasn't improved on the Inspire is flight time. Because of the bulkness of it and the load, the payload that it's carrying with the battery and the camera, the flight time on most of them is anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes. That sounds like a lot, or maybe to some of you it sounds like it may not be enough. But for what we do, I've got several batteries that we use, we keep charged and we take with us. But for what we do, we go up, we shoot down, we may go out to the right, out to the left, forward and back, and then we come straight back down. Our flight time usually consists of about a 3 to 5 minute flight. So we can, on a single battery, we can actually get up to 3 or 4 projects before having to switch the battery out. Now, that also it rests on how much the weather plays a part in it. If you've got a strong windy day, which that particular drone that I have, it can stabilize itself in 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, and if I wanted to, I could take it up to a 25 mile an hour wind and it would stay steady. It would, but again, it's going to have to use a lot more energy to stay steady, leaning against that wind and fighting it. So in essence, a windy day can take up a lot more of your battery time than, say, a calm day. A calm day, you'll get the full 22-minute flight time. And a windy day, you may actually get anywhere between 8 to 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how much wind it is and how much it has to fight. But it uses a little micro SD card, and depends on what size you want, what speed. But I would recommend, if you're going to get a 4K one, to get a 10 max on the speed of the SD card, the micro SD card. We are licensed through the FAA. I have a pilot's license, and we also have the safety equipment. We use a spotter. My wife is usually my spotter. I have a safety vest with the drone pilot written on the back, and it's reflective and it's bright colored neon. And the spotter is usually there so that they can tell you if there's any other aircraft in the area, if the wires, trees, anything of that nature. If you get too close to a building, you shouldn't be looking at your drone, looking at this, and then looking over there at the same time. All three of those can take away the safety flight of the actual drone. For when I'm doing the South Alabama project, there's it's built into the software. It's called they have a follow me, where the drone will find you and it will follow you no matter where you go, and keep the camera on you. And it also has a point of interest, and that's what I use on the stadium project. I'll take the drone out over the top of the football stadium progress and let it find a point of interest, and then I'll back it off to a certain distance and a certain height, and I'll hit start and the record button, and it'll slowly go around in an orbit while maintaining the camera on that point of interest the entire time. And that's what we're doing out there at the South Alabama Stadium. And we're going to take all of those flights we've done over this 2-year project, and we're going to show the steady build of the stadium until it's one complete orbit, shows the completion of the stadium. Now, of course, interspersed in there, there's going to be other angles, visuals, looking down, coming in across, but that's all up to the individual photographer and videographer, how you want to manage that. And then, of course, it comes the editing, and that's probably, flying is easy, taking photographs, piece of cake. Editing is where the money is. If you can edit and you've got the right software, you can take terrible footage and you can make a jewel out of it. But tomorrow we go to Greene County, Mississippi. We'll be shooting the Greene County High School senior baseball ceremonies and some of their baseball game. And we're going to try to do some video there as well. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. But as for today, Palm Sunday, God bless all of you, and come on back and see us out here in the Backyard Vlog.